Rex Brasher was born in 1869 in Brooklyn Heights, New York. At the age of 8, he declared that he was going to paint every species of bird in North America. And he actually does in his life, he actually does it. He started as a teenager painting very basically. He became interested in birds at an early age, taught himself how to paint, and in 1895 he traveled from Portland, Maine, all the way down the coast to Key West, Florida. He documents hundreds of birds in the wild. He takes meticulous notes, sketchbooks, color studies, written notes. And as opposed to Audubon, who would paint from dead birds, from taxidermy, Rex said that he would paint every bird as he observed it live in the field. That trip really became the backbone of his work as an artist. In 1928, Rex creates a single-page newsletter, which he called the Herald, and it describes his early life and how he became interested in birds, and it describes the project that he's about to undertake, which is a completely audacious project, to reproduce all 874 of his paintings in book form. He had imagined a 12-volume set of books, which is a massive collection of books, portfolio-sized books, and he sends this newsletter to potential patrons, private collectors, public institutions, private institutions. And he gets an amazing response initially. In late 1929, as we know, the stock market crashes, the economy slips, and many of these patrons withdrew their support of the project. But Rex continued on. It became clear quite quickly that the quality of color printing was rudimentary. Rex finds a printer in Connecticut who can photographically reproduce his paintings, his full-color watercolor paintings, as black and white prints. Very high quality. And he takes those black and white prints and he hand colors them over them, one by one individually. So he would wash in color of the leaves of the birds in layers over the grayscale print. So we'll do a little bit of math. He has 874 paintings. He produces 100 set of books. 874 paintings times 100 is 87,400 prints that he hand paints individually, one by one, which is an astounding amount of work. Hard to comprehend that a single person in a single lifetime could produce that volume of work to that level of quality. And it's this idea that you love something and you document it, and you can then share that with other people and really share what you see through your eyes in your own way with other people, which is incredibly important. Rex's work is really not known by anybody, not by the general public, not by the birding community, not by the scientific community, not by the naturalist community. It really is largely unknown. And so why isn't he better known? I think it's because he was a very humble and quiet person, and he wasn't self-promotional, he wasn't loud, he lived in the woods in a very simple life. So this is Rex Brasher's house. The main structure, the tall structure, was his original house. This building was a barn. When he was here, it was a barn. This barn housed all of his works when he was publishing Birds and Trees of North America. 2 years after he left, his nephew came to live on this property with his family. Milton and Marie Brasher lived in this house until they passed in the 1980s, but their children continued to live in this house throughout their adult life. They were founding members of the Rex Brasher Association in 2008, along with other neighbors and friends. Our goal is to open the property to the public, to create a museum to show his work and to exhibit the work of other artists. This is a working model, an architectural model of the museum that we're planning. The idea is that we take an existing building on site, we take that 20 by 20 square building and we completely renovate it and refurbish it. We remove the roof, we remove the gable, the triangle ends of the roof. The museum itself is 20 by 20, it's about 400 square feet. There'll be a singular entrance into it for the public. There will be a library inside that contains all of our work, so it'll be both archival storage and museum exhibition space. He writes about how he wanted his work to become a standard reference for other people who were interested in birds and nature. And he produced 100 sets of books, which was what he was able to do by hand. And he sent them out into the world and he donated them to schools. And that was what he could do. But what we can do now with our abilities and our resources and the technology we have today allows us just to continue what he started 100 years ago.